Hey, Steinmetz, newsflash. The Earth looks like a basketball. A sport you played. Talked about your whole life.
Shocking what East Coast private school education can deliver.
Honestly, I'm defending you, buddy. Don't worry.
I think at 9 o'clock we should revisit your display that you had with your bottle cap.
Whatever you like,
Yeah, because you can stream it. People can actually see
F in
it.
a science fair. You held up a piece of paper and said, okay, imagine this is the Earth. I can't. The Earth is a sphere. You're showing me a flat piece of paper. At least crumple it up into a ball.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we know really just what I was trying to.
Maybe it can be
What's
to your head.
It was
And
a
just go,
circle.
imagine my head is the Earth. It's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, then imagine my head as the.
It's starting to work for me now.
Yeah, now you get what I'm saying? You're still going from there to there to my forehead and the center of my head.
There you go.
If I was to fly from the grilled cheese back to the back of your neck, which way would I go? I wouldn't go around the ear. I'd go right over the top. Thank you, love. That really brought it home.
Good morning from the flight deck. We have now reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet. For those of you on the starboard side of our craft, if you look out, you will see the famous grilled cheese. Carved out by an asteroid 50,000 years ago.
Wow.
Rumored to have knocked off the dinosaurs.
You guys are evil.
Drinks are coming around.
And Anna Lassie,
Sit back and enjoy, people.
just think
Thanks
if
for
that was
flying
one
Delta.
of you guys. You guys would probably quit, run away. I mean, don't you know I have emotions?
I would quit or run away from what?
I'm just trying.
Anna's verbal attack on you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that happens often.
All right, I got good news.
Please.
Especially for you.
Okay.
There's more Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, God.
Went out, got some peanut butter filled pretzels, came back in ready to talk NFL.
Share some. I like
They're already gone. Crushed them.
You're greedy.
Gone.
How's that greedy?
Oh, my God.
I'm hungry, I buy food,
So
I
what?
eat
You
it.
don't
How's
eat
that
it
greedy?
was less than 5 minutes. You should have left.
Am I responsible for you?
He left it.
Is that how this works? I got a wife, I got kids, I got pets, and then I got you. Just take the grilled cheese off your forehead and have a bite. Settle down.
Folks on your left, we're now passing the receding hairline.
Wow.
We're having fun. We're all family here. No, don't do it.
There it is.
Don't you do
Headset's
it.
off. Mic's gonna be off. Hats on. It's over. Gas station hat. Today in Penn State colors. Actually more Utah State-ish. The gray and navy blue. All right.
bad.
Stephen A. Smith first take. We had the comments in the last segment about how, according to his sources, Kevin Durant not feeling Steve Kerr. Had a problem with Steve Kerr, not Bob Myers. Quick to say he did not have a problem with Bob Myers, but had a problem with Steve Kerr. Now we've got more. Now, I have not listened to these. No one has listened to these. We're at our best when we have literally no prep and we just go by the seat of our pants. Fly by the seat of our pants, up over the great grilled cheese, down near the oversized earlobes.
Go to hell.
So, Stephen A. Smith, new audio. I don't even know what the topic is. I'm assuming it relates to something we're talking about. Fire away.
What we have to do is go back to OKC when he left. One of the things that has never been talked about was what transpired and why the friction between him and Russ existed. It wasn't because Kevin Durant left, it was how he handled it. According to what I have been told, the night before Kevin Durant flew to the Hamptons and the other four dudes, Iguodala, Draymond, Steph, and Clay met with him, Kevin Durant had dinner with Russell Westbrook, Nick Collison, I think Royal Ivy, but I'm not sure, and literally looked Russell Westbrook in the face and told him, I'm not leaving, I'm staying. And then went to the Hamptons and announced that he was going to Golden State. And when that happened, he didn't pick up the phone thereafter and call Russell Westbrook.
Never?
He texted him.
Never?
Never even called.
My.
And so
Let
that's
me
what...
make sure I get this straight.
That's
So
not
he went and
possible.
met with them,
He would
looked
call
them in the
you.
eye.
In
He had to
LA.
duck his call.
The
You
Thunder,
didn't
his
take that
Thunder
call
teammates looked
In
him in
LA.
the eye
Had to
and
have a
said,
conversation.
I'm staying.
I'm
Then he went back
staying.
on his word.
Well, I have
And
a
then
question
go-
about that too. And then left for the Hamptons.
Get out of there, Kellerman.
And then told them,
And then
he said,
decided to go to
"Run
Golden
with it."
State.
On their word.
And then text Russell Westbrook, but didn't call.
I love this guy.
I can see
I
that.
love this guy more by the day. These stories are coming out of everywhere. Obviously, Russell Westbrook's got to be the source of that story, right?
You would figure, or Royal Ivy, who I'm
That's
not
why
sure if he was there or not, his former
I mean,
Texas
he was
teammate.
acting the way he
Oh, I just
was.
assumed that was the name of the restaurant.
No, I
felt
believe it's the
betrayed.
former point guard who played with KD at Texas and he played for OKC
It's a nice
as well.
name.
Say
Yeah,
something.
Royal Ivy.
That guy should start a restaurant called Royal Ivy.
It's a pretty nice island,
That'd
quite
be like starting
frankly.
a place called Dan Dibley.
Or King Crabgrass, Royal
Like
Ivy,
Omega.
same kind of thing. Same kind of sphere, so to speak, Lo. What do you make of that, Lo? 3 years later, details come out about some dinner where he reportedly said face to face, "I'm not leaving," and then he left a day later. I'm not buying it.
Why is this coming out now?
Because people are piling on KD. People are looking to pile on the story.
Just think. That's what yesterday I sat here and talked about when you get a divorce or what have you. Oh my God. Where's the rats and the roaches just come out and just say, oh my God, how bad that person was, how bad she was. Or you leave the job and once they leave, everyone's talking about that person. But when they were here, where was it all at? Where's all the hate and the vitriol and all this stuff? And that's just here. And they're looking at Stephen A. and look at all this stuff. What does this got to do with the price of tea in China? I mean, since you guys talking about
a lot
China
going on there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but it really just sometimes perturbs me when I hear these talking heads all of a sudden just go off. Oh, he's this and they're that, and you see guys go at it. We get it, but it's just to me it just doesn't make sense how all the time how everyone wants to come up with a story. Oh, this is why he left. This is this and this is that. No one knows. They don't know. Stephen A. Smith don't know.
So you think this is just theatricality and deception?
No, I do think that they're hearing certain things, and I think that he's extra. Not by Myers, though. So let me get this right.
You think he's taking the story and building it up a little bit, adding a little bit?
I ain't saying Steve Kerr did something, though. It ain't his fault. Then whose fault is it?
Right.
I don't know.
This is the NBA, though. This is the world of the NBA. It's like we have games, but they're only just part of the overall story. These are characters in our lives.
You're right.
It's a giant soap opera. We follow the characters, and like, oh, by the way, they happen. Like in a soap opera, I'm sure we've all seen at least one episode of All My Children or As the World Turns, General Hospital, Luke and Laura, Days of Our Lives. I know more about this than I probably should. Neither here nor there. The point is, these people, most of them have to work for a living, but you never see them working.
Right.
In the NBA, that's the actual game. Like they go out and they do some work, but this is the Luke and Laura. Like this is what they're built on now. They're built on social media and drama. James was the one that started all of it. He's the best at it. KD's just taking the mantle. Do you find it a coincidence that the year in which people were finally ready to say Kevin Durant's the best basketball player in the world is also the year Kevin Durant becomes the biggest drama queen in the NBA, or king, whatever you want to call it, because I don't want to be offensive to anybody. Obviously, it's 2019, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like now all of a sudden he's taking that mantle as well. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork with everything. So the Stephen A. Smith story is that 3 years ago, Durant meets with Russ, Nick Collison, and maybe other teammates, tells them he's staying in Oklahoma City, then goes to the Hamptons, meets with other teams, picks the Warriors, never even bothers to text Westbrook to let him know he's not coming back, and makes the announcement before Steph can even lay it. Take a listen to Bill Simmons.
KD is deciding what he wants to do. The Warriors still feel like they have a puncher's chance to get him. Enough that, and if Durant's not going to stay, then they'll talk about it. Chris goes to me.
And a classic news dump because he doesn't want to be a part of this drama. And think about it, Joe. We don't even know the details of Kevin Durant's contract. Brooklyn hasn't even officially introduced him yet. We now have 2 live stories about him reportedly making a decision where Steph could land, and now 3 years removed from he telling Westbrook to his face basically a bold-faced lie. And these are all stories that have come out before this new signing's even been announced. Officially, right?
I don't even think is he technically a member of the Nets right now?
Has pen been put to paper? Because we heard this rumor that he's going to take less so DeAndre Jordan could be signed, but I haven't seen any contract details.
Not only that, have you ever seen the movie American Gangster? Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe?
Awesome.
It's about Frank Lucas. Yeah. Remember the scene where he goes to the fight, he's sitting ringside, but he's got the mink coat on, and it gets him on the radar.
Knows what he's doing. He's buttoned up. He doesn't want any. What do you think? Like it?
Right, exactly.
I'm telling you. About because no one knows. He doesn't give you anything for you to hang your hat on.
You got no idea. Does he want to join a super team or does he want to slay a super team? Is he loyal to Toronto or does he really want to come home to Los Angeles? We can all theorize, and I know we had a goo bomb saying that it was pretty much done. He's going to the Lakers. And
a goo bomb?
I believe that's what it was referred to.
Or Goo News?
Was it Goo News?
Goo News.
Really?
Did you not know about this? He was breaking news that Kawhi was going to the Lakers. I found that fascinating.
And that means
Yes, sir.
I don't know why we have to play all that.
All 3.
Why don't you put together a good sound effect for the goo? What's a goo bomb sound like?
Yeah.
We know a Woj bomb is the.
Yeah.
What's a goo bomb?
exactly what it is. He shoots and
Sure.
it's a good bomb.
Has he scored?
Well, we're going to find out.
If he goes to Lakers, Goo's going to be looking real good.
Victory lap for Daryl the Guru Johnson.
To the dial pad guest line we go. He is the voice of the Brooklyn Nets. You also hear him on the call for the NFL, college hoops as well. One of the best in the business. Ian Eagle joining Joe Lowe and Dibs on 95.7 The Game. Ian, thank you first and foremost for your time. We appreciate it. As the voice of the Brooklyn Nets, you guys have got to be excited. Kyrie Irving's coming to town. Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan. Take us through the buzz right now. What's it like from members of the Nets family?
A little surreal, guys. The Nets are not accustomed to getting the headlines. They're not accustomed to being invited to the prom, and they are the belle of the ball. This has been an incredible transformation process over a 3-year period. The Nets were considered basically NBA Siberia if you go back to 2016, 2017, and now everything has changed, and a lot of it has to do with Sean Marks and Kenny Atkinson and a culture change, but not just saying that they were going to do all these things, actually going out and doing it, changing the way that this franchise was viewed. They made it into a destination. This was all part of the plan. Don't get me wrong. This wasn't by happenstance. This is what they envisioned, but to actually execute it on the day that free agents were signing in the NBA and to grab the spotlight, that was very much un-net-like in many ways. And I've been doing the games for 25 years. So I think maybe the rest of the league now understands that this team was very serious. But this does not come as a shock inside that practice facility. This was very calculated, and they went through this process with the idea that the payoff and the jackpot would be there at the end of the rainbow.
It wasn't a huge shock for Warrior fans that Kevin Durant would leave, but it was a big shock that D'Angelo Russell would be coming in and a sign and trade. What is Golden State getting in this young guard who now is going on to his 3rd stop in 5 years?
Yeah, getting a really confident, mature player. And if we had this interview 1 year ago, he was at a crossroads. And if you asked me at the beginning of 2018, 2019, what direction is D'Angelo Russell headed in, my reaction would have been in the right direction. But there were still doubters. There was still a skepticism around the league because he just hadn't done it over an extended period of time. But what I saw was someone that bought in, that wanted to be coached, that really developed his game and worked hard on his game and took pride in his game. It was mutually beneficial. This past year, the Nets made the playoffs. They improved in every facet, and D'Angelo Russell was a big part of it. Russell benefited in that the Nets culture fit with him. The coaching staff believed in him, but they weren't easy on him. Kenny Atkinson said he probably was harder on D'Angelo than any other player that he's coached because that's what was required. I think what's great for D'Angelo going to the Golden State Warriors is he's stepping into an incredible infrastructure that's already been set up, the foundation of winning championships. That's what the Warriors are all about. Steve Kerr, to me, is the best in the business, best person, best head coach, and the right combination. Whether or not D'Angelo is long for the Bay Area, I don't know. I don't know what their plans are. But if you're just looking for the here and now, D'Angelo Russell can help you win basketball games.
That's great to know, and Warrior fans appreciate that. What do you think about where you guys are at in this transition of KD and Kyrie? The media is a little different than it is, out there on the East Coast compared to, the West Coast here. What is you guys' perception of these guys? One come off a major knee injury a couple years back on a pitch count, and Kyrie, KD, a major injury this year. Are they expecting championship next year? Is it this year? What's the perception out there of these guys?
Yeah, I think the general feeling, first with Kyrie, is this is the first time that he got to choose where his next chapter would be in basketball. Came out of Duke after an injury-shortened freshman year, the number 1 pick. Cleveland takes him. Obviously, that was in a reclamation project. They were trying to rebuild the franchise and ultimately won a championship with LeBron James in tow. He ends up getting traded to Boston because he didn't want to be in Cleveland anymore. And he made that very clear. He didn't choose Boston. Boston chose him. They wanted the opportunity to show him that they were dedicated to winning championships, that he would be a perfect fit with what they do, it didn't work out. He's a free agent at the age of 27. He signs a maximum deal with the Brooklyn Nets, and for some, they say, why? Why would Kyrie want to do that? I can tell you firsthand, having had discussions with Kyrie through the years, he grew up a Nets fan. I know that's hard for some people to believe. He grew up in West Orange, New Jersey, and he fell in love with the Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Kerry Kittles, eventually Vince Carter Nets team, and went to the Meadowlands with his dad, who played basketball at BU, for Rick Pitino. And that was the team that made him into an NBA freak. And his dreams were developed with the idea that I could one day play in the league and be like the players that I grew up loving and admiring. And I've had a long discussion with him on a personal level. And guys, I was blown away at our back and forth. It was a 45-minute talk, and him asking me questions about the inner workings of the Nets back in the day and the relationships and how all of that fit
Head west on Washington Street toward Battery Street. Head west on Washington Street toward Battery Street. Head east on Jackson Street toward Front Street, then continue straight onto Front Street. Head west on Washington Street toward Battery Street, then turn left on Battery Street.
pass across the street. I'll be right back. Right back.